I started out in the energy business in the coal industry, and that really comes from a background of being that all my family were coal miners. My father were coal miners, my grandfathers were coal miners. In fact, both of my grandfathers died of black lung. And my dad actually left the coal industry back in the early 60s because part of a drag line fell on his back. So was steeped. I said my blood is actually black. And in fact, part of my playground story is I grew up in a little town in western Pennsylvania called Blandburg of 300 people. And literally less than 100 yards from my house, I grew up and played in unreclaimed strip mines. You know, and it used to be quite interesting to go and see the red-colored water there and see the misshapen tadpoles that were in the area. Because that's what I knew and that's what I fell into, the energy business sort of became my staple for the first 14 years of my working career. And gradually, I started to see, especially after I became a pastor, the impacts of what pollution does on our children, and especially people in the majority world. And my two passions are evangelism and caring about the least of these, the poor. And so the idea of creation care just molded in to become sort of a oneness for me. And it's really remarkable as that God used my past in the energy industry, because I can speak to coal miners, I can speak to energy companies, but I still have a tremendous care for the poor and caring for our children. And that really led me to becoming the president, or I think what God had in store for me, to become the president of EEN.